the murder rate is dropping while gun ownership is rising. Let's get into it. But before we get into it, make sure you hit that like button and that subscribe button. We steady growing over here at QSaucy2X on my YouTube channel. Make sure you follow me on all social media at QSaucy2X. Also, go subscribe to my second channel, which is in the link in the bio. Let's get into this reaction.
Crime data analyst Jeff Asher says the numbers show every category of major crime except auto theft declined this year.
But how can the murder rate in the U.S. be dropping when the number of gun owners are rising? You see, in 2019, 46% of Americans said that they or someone in their household owned a gun, per an NBC News Wall Street Journal poll. And in February 2013, that share was 42%. In the last 10 years, we've grown 10 points in gun ownership. Now, for years, Joe Biden and his administration, along with the anti-2A lobby, have been telling us that we need to ban guns in order to save lives.
It's time we do the same. Ban assault weapons now. Ban them now. Once and for all.
But if gun ownership in America is rising, and we're being told we need to ban
them now.
What is the anti-2A lobby have been telling us that we need to ban guns in order to save lives.
It's time we do the same. Ban assault weapons now. Ban them.
First of all, there's no such thing as an assault rifle. And you can't call any gun an assault weapon because anything can be used for an assault. I use this to scrape the extra hair around my eyebrows and between my eyebrows off. This can be an assault weapon because I can hold this like this and stab somebody in the eye. That can be used as an assault weapon. So you can't say an AK-47 is an assault weapon because it is a rifle chambered in 7.62. It's just popular because of the design and the way it looks. AR-15 is not an assault rifle. It is a rifle chambered in 5.56, 223, whatever. It's a rifle. And it's more commonly used because of the style and the way it looks, and it's cool. You can't call it an assault weapon because somebody shot up a school with it. Because if somebody really wanted to do damage, they could take a machete in the school and have multiple victims if they wanted to. So this dummy right here, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He probably doesn't even know how to load any gun at all.
Now, once and for all.
But if gun ownership in America is rising and we're being told we need to ban guns to save lives, why then is the number of murder rates dropping across the country? Maybe, just maybe, like I said 4 years ago in a video titled The Truth About Gun Violence by the Numbers.
Long story short, America does not have a gun violence problem.
I go on in this video to point out this fact.
So let's say 40,000 people were murdered with a gun. That would only be 0.06% of the population. Now let's look at America, where there are over 300 million guns and a population size of 327 million people. 40,000 people out of 327 million are only 0.01% of the population. And that's if all of those shootings were murders, which they are not. If you break down the numbers, according to the type of gun deaths, the number of gun murders in this country becomes dizzyingly small. Of that 40,000, roughly 29,250 are 1,612 are law enforcement shootings in the line of duty, 274 are negligent discharge deaths, and 8,863 are actual murders by way of criminal activity, drug-related, or mentally ill people.
Now, if more people are buying guns in this country, anti-gun logic would dictate that there should be more murders, which comically assumes that people who are buying guns are doing so to murder people. I'm sorry, but this ain't the purge. About 3/4, 72% of gun owners say that protection is a major reason they own a gun. Considerably smaller shares say that a major reason they own a gun is for hunting, for sports shooting, as part of a gun collection, or for their job. And pretty much no one said to murder people. Hell, even in the purge, I'd argue that most of the people were buying guns for protection. And if I had my way, they'd also be buying these new premium embroidered hoodies from shop.mrcoleonnoir.com. Let's just be honest, of all the winter clothes we own, the hoodie, likely the thing we wear the most. So click the link in the description section and grab a premium embroidered hoodie like the one I'm wearing in this video right now, and get one with your favorite Pro 2A design, because at some point you're gonna need a high quality embroidered premium hoodie. That's Pro 2A. But what you don't need is gun control to decrease gun violence. You just have to stop voting for stupid politicians and stupid policies. Most people aren't killers. Even in our inner cities where the vast majority of gun homicides happen, the vast majority of the criminals and gang members in these environments aren't even killers. It's always a very, very, very small group of people in those places responsible for most of the violence. And even though they're carrying them illegally, most of the people in the streets carrying firearms are carrying them for protection against a very small percentage of actual killers. So the homicide rate dropping across the US, even though we have more guns than we've ever had before, doesn't shock me. Remember, they sensationalize shootings to scare the masses into begging for gun control. Now that we have social media, which bombards us every second with every shooting that happens in the country with over 300 million people in it, the perception can quickly start to take over reality. Even with mass shootings, the most recent research on frequency of mass shootings indicates that they are becoming more common, though the exact number every year can vary widely. But not all experts agree. Some argue that mass shootings have not increased, that reports of an increase are due to differences in research methods, such as determining which events are appropriate to count in the first place. Speaking about school shootings, specifically in a 2018 interview, 2 gun violence researchers said that those events have not become more common, but rather people have become more aware of them. I'm not saying that more guns means less violence. I'm saying more guns means less victims, and that more guns doesn't mean more violence in the way that Joe Biden and the anti-2A lobby try to make it seem. Because if it did, a murder rate wouldn't be dropping. But make sure that you go ahead and drop a like on this video, leave a comment.
Do exactly what he said. Make sure you hit that like button and that subscribe button. Drop a comment in the comment section saying whether you should think we should get rid of guns or keep guns. Let me know down in the comments. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to my second channel. That's going to be in the description. I appreciate y'all for watching. I'm gone.